As we're doing our haircut, then definitely, let Isabel know she's here with us. Laura, what's the inspiration for today? Let's have a look and see. We've been cutting Laura's hair now for many, many years. Okay, you can just like that. Chilled out. Yeah, it's easy. Cal's on it. Cal's on it. So this is your inspiration. Any other images of the inspiration? So you're like in the bob. That's beautiful. And those bangs, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah. Your hair was a crop.
It was.
About a year ago, there was like this long all over, yeah?
Yeah, really.
Half an inch all over. Okay, so Erica, why don't you come on in? Let me introduce you all to Erica as one of our master colorists out in our Soho location.
Hello,
Erica,
everybody. Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Looking good.
I got dressed fancy for you.
You got even your skinny jeans on?
Yeah, I do.
I don't wear my skinny
Feeling
jeans anymore.
tight.
I can't get in them. The quarantine killed the skinny jean. Yeah, it's a classic muffin top.
Oh, nice.
When you're like get those. When I pull myself, the old guy pulls on those skinny jeans.
You got to do like the move.
I don't know the move, but clearly there is a move. I'm scared of that move. So, Erica, you've been working with me for how long now?
For about a month and a half.
Brand new.
Brand new.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. I love it.
Good. You're having a good time. You
I'm
work
loving
in our
it.
Soho location.
I am.
So, you did Laura's hair color. So,
I did.
What was it when she came in, and what did you do?
So she came in as a double process. She had about a half an inch of regrowth.
So this was a regrowth, and
Yes.
this was a double process.
And then there
I
was
did.
double, yes. So she was very blonde,
Yep.
very cool. She wanted to move into a warmer blonde, blended highlight, low light look.
Uh-huh.
So what we did is we did her root color with some 20 volume and 7.31.
Uh-huh. L'Oreal hair color, yeah?
Yes, it's L'Oreal Mesurel on the root.
Uh-huh.
And then we went in and we filled her ends in the last 5 minutes of her processing time on the root with L'Oreal Richesse.
Mm-hmm.
We used 8G and 9 volume. And then
Nice.
we shampooed that all out. We dried her up and we did some low lighting and highlighting. We low lighted with Dia Richesse 15 volume and we used 7.3. We did some 7.30 and a little bit of 0.34 mix with it because we wanted to keep her really cool so she didn't ash out. I'm sorry, warm, so she didn't ash out at all.
Gotcha.
And then we glazed her highlights with a little 9.3.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long did that take?
She was there for probably about 3 hours or so,
hours?
three and a
What do you-
half.
What do you think, Laura?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it, yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
get what you wanted or what you
Absolutely.
hoped for?
I think it's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying
big
to get
change.
my Rojo straight because I'm
Yeah.
twisted, but if I get the logo straight, it makes me feel like I'm a little bit better.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Great
So
job,
it's great.
Erica.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in.
Thank
Have
you so
worked
much.
with L'Oreal hair color before, or is this
I
kind of new for you?
haven't. It's new for me.
Gotcha.
Yep. So
and
it's
how's
been
that transition going?
It's been great. Definitely using the colors. It's taught me a lot. It's awesome. Yeah,
Awesome.
I like it a lot.
Great.
Yeah.
And what are you doing for New Year's Eve?
I don't know. I think we're gonna dress up a little 20 styles and do, bring in the 2.0 was
2.0,
was the idea.
2.0.
Yeah.
420. He said, what's that building called?
420.
420. That's an interesting number, isn't it? Hey?
It is. It is.
Why
It,
did you move into that building?
it works out really well.
What's it? 420. Kent, I can't.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
I love
let
it.
me. Beautiful
Awesome.
job. Thanks.
Thank
and have
you.
A happy.
You too.
Happy Merry
New
Merry.
Year.
So I picked up the razor, and Laura's hair's straight, but because it's been processed, it's got that little process feel. But the good news is we've got brilliant products, and the condition of the hair is really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this line right up, try and create some cleanness with the razor, because she does have, some shorter textures already in here. Quite simple, but let's make it spectacular. What are you doing for Christmas, New Year's? What is it, New Year's Eve? The curse of 2020. What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna put on an evening gown and drink champagne in my living room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not at 420 though.
No.
We're going to be at 180. I'm sorry? Yeah, I think we should. We'll go to 6. Number 6, that's where we'll be. Okay, so I got my comb, my razor comb, and we're sectioning down the center back because we want to keep it super clean. We're just going to start right at the hairline. We're going to push this right the way up to the hairline because that way we can get some structure. She showed me 2 different pictures. Yeah, we saw one though where it was a cleaner bob. And then we saw one where it was a more textured bob. So let's focus on the cleanness because she's got a lot of texture in it already. So I don't need to over texturize it. Let's focus on putting in the cleanness. And is this a fresh blade, Isabel?
Yes.
We are loaded and ready to roll. Central section. I got a couple of razor classes coming up in the new year. We have a new virtual razor class if you're like, obviously we're not traveling anywhere near as much as we did. So if you're interested in learning about the razor, we do teach, I'm teaching a 1-day razor class. It's a virtual class. It's going to be in the early spring, as well as I do have my hands-on class. And just so you know, the virtual class will be hands-on too. So right here, I'm putting the line in. I'm doing what we call edge work. Edge of the blade. Trying to get in nice and clean. And the hairline sometimes makes it a little, look at this little, it drops off right here. So, you know, it's just the way that the hair kicks. I'm not worried too much about that. We will use a combination of scissor and razor. I'm going to move away from the clips. I don't think I need them so much today as we work when the hair's nice and damp. If you know me, you know I always use my favorite product, the Hydro Mist, to cut in. And I like to refer to this as edge work, using more the edge of the blade. I'm going to pinch that little piece right in here. So as we come to the end of the year, it's a great time to reflect, but it's also a great time to look forward. Yeah, I mean, I think that the way in which I've mapped out my journey, and this is what I do every year, is I start the year out with an intention, and you know, I stay focused, and I can modify that intention. 2020 has been painful for so many. It's actually been devastating for the beauty industry. Obviously many other industries also, but I'm going to focus on the beauty industry because that's what I do. So what's going to change? Not much is going to change in the first half of 2021. That's my prediction. And I don't think we're ever going to go back to where we once were. I think what we're doing is we're getting awoke. We're being woken by the powers that be with the control that they seem to have as they try to navigate through this pandemic. And it's been very difficult for salon owners and hairdressers, depending on what state and where you're at. As I turn into 2021, you're going to see a major shift in the way in which I'm doing I'm planning my future. When we look back and we reflect, my school business has done phenomenally well. In spite of the pandemic, we really have not skipped a beat. We're not better than we were a year ago, but we really are not in a bad position in reference to that. We have closed the location, so we do have fallout from that. And the fallout's the cost and the continuation of how we navigate through that. So that's the business side. Just let's dial right in here. You see the razor? It's a very precise tool. I think a lot of people think, oh, razor, all texture. It can be all texture if you want it to be, but it can also be a very precise kind of line. And you can see right here, I use the wide teeth to push the hair around and the fine teeth to comb. Wide teeth to get a nice clean section. There's the clean section. And then I use the fine. And the head can come up just a little, perfect there. That's just what happens with the chin tucked in. What happens is you actually get a smoother surface to work off of, because it stretches out the neck, the back of the neck, so it's a smoother surface to work on. I'm going to continue up just following this pattern. So if you want to learn this is our razor fundamentals. And you can see as I like to let the hair be damp but wet to the touch. So as far as education goes, we've set ourselves up to support our school with this education platform here in our Williamsburg location. This is what we refer to as our digital studio. We have a lot of plans for 2021, and they're all going to be coming out literally starting next week. So you're going to see a lot more things happening. So if you want to stay connected to what we're doing, you want to follow what we're doing, just, stay with us, because my future for 2021 is really to develop our digital platform. As far as the salons go, our salon's been smashed in 2020. Yeah, and December's probably was the worst month since we got open. I think a combination of, the news and the good news about the vaccine and people traveling, so not coming out of their house to go to the salon, has really impacted New York. And Manhattan's really been devastated with its population, because it was a working city and now everyone's working from home, so now it's not a working city. Well, that was a lot of noise, wasn't it? Did you hear that?
What is it? It's a
It's like
bus.
the toilet or something.
It's outside.
I don't know what was going on back there.
It's weird.
And then, of course, our product. Well, we're doing great with our product too. So really the big fallout for my business has been the difficulty with the ability of clients that have left the city. We've really been impacted. So hopefully we will try to navigate, well, we won't try to, we're going to navigate through the new year. And, my whole intention for 2020 changed in March when we closed down, which literally happened within 5 days. All of a sudden, there was panic for the pandemic, and then we were shut down. And then 3.5 months later, we were allowed to open up. So that's been the devastation. And the intention was, as the plans changed, the intention was that we'd get the salons back up and running, and we'd run out the end of the year to see how well we fared. And now we're at that point, so we can reflect and see what we need to do for the future. So for everybody out there that's had a tough year, we've had a tough year too. I wish you lots of luck. I've tried my very best to be vocal for the hair community. And, as well as I've obviously been I have my own business to function and to run. So it's been a tough one, probably the toughest one on the record books. It's important to comb the hair side to side. When you comb the hair side to side like so, with the wide teeth of the comb, you get the hair to tell you how it likes to live. And you'll notice I'm doing both sides. I'm just working through, and you can see I'm going to start to run out of hair soon. So this is a full makeover that we're doing. And you'll notice my sections, I've got to this point here, and now my sections are going to rotate because there's not going to be much hair coming down. You see how little there is to cut there? So razor cutting is not better than scissor cutting. It's just different. Starting in the new year, we kick off with an American Wave virtual certification. If anybody's interested, getting certified in American Wave can be a great way to kickstart your new year. And then also straight after that, we have our Happy Mondays event, which is coming up on January the 11th. And our Happy Mondays event, we're going to have an array of educators. And Isabel, are you involved in that?
Yeah.
Happy Mondays? I think you
Yes.
should be.
I would love to be, yes, definitely.
So,
the last one was a lot of fun.
It was
I
a lot
really
of fun,
enjoyed
yeah?
it, yeah.
We had
And I
4
just think
great
this-
hairdressers with us, and we're going to do the same again.
Yeah, sounds great.
So Happy Mondays is starting on, I think it's Monday, January the 11th is
11th,
the
yeah.
actual day for Happy Mondays. At that point, we're going to start to be sharing with you what we do have planned for our education
For the year
in this
ahead.
year. You know, one thing that I'm really looking forward to is my virtual boot camp, which is a year-long program. 20 students max. And you can pay as you go. So boot camp has been our 4-week intensive, and we used to do it in 4 consecutive weeks. Well, guess what we're going to do with boot camp? We're going to do it with 4 consecutive Sundays in 4 different modules. So it's going to be virtual, it's going to be online, there's going to be interaction, it's hands-on. You'll get all the tools that you need delivered in a custom box, depending on the lesson. And the lessons vary. It's 4 modules. Module 1 is classic scissor cutting. Module 2 is all hair color, where I've got some great guest educators going to be teaching with me as we explore the color theory. Module 3 is all about barbering, and we kind of finish that off with a little bit of fashion styling, so that we teach you how to take the fear out of putting hair up. Another great thing that you need to really understand when you're working behind the chair. And then the final week is all about the tool that I'm using right now, the razor. Now you'll notice I've changed my tech. So flat of the blade right here. This is, I'm just peeling away the hair. Peeling away the hair. And then I'm combing the hair down. And when I say I'm peeling away, when I started, I did what I called edge work. What I'm doing now is like what I call plane work. So I'm coming down the plane of the hair. When I first started razoring, it was last century. Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah.
A century ago.
It was in the last decade, the last century. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes, love.
When will you bring back Nick at 9 and boot camp count me in? And that was April Sawyer Bailey.
April, how are you, April? Congratulations on being nominated. I voted for you yesterday, April.
Oh.
And you should put the little where people can vote for you right now. Put it in the feed,
Drop it down.
so people can vote for you, so you can win a great ambassador out in Atlanta. Everything's coming back in January, and new things too. So, and thanks for watching. Nick at 9 is our evening chat show. We got some really exciting stuff to share, but we'll wait until the new year, and we'll be sharing that. I'll be dedicating 3 days a week to digital connection. So big changes. And thanks for the question. Anybody else, feel free. Now you can see I just kind of focused on one side, so you can see the line. You can see what we've created. I stopped, if I just rotated just a little, I stopped here because I wanted to show you this side. As you cut this side, you're always working from the inside out, and this side the same thing, from the inside out. So I'll spin around so you can see how that's working. We'll see if we can get some good angles. Again, it's a sketch. It's not a line drawing. It's a moving art form here, using all of these strands of hair, pulling them together to create a beautiful shape and masterpiece that lives, because she's living and the hair's moving. And she'll be
winds are
living
blowing.
tonight as she's drinking champagne, dancing around the living room in a ball gown.
I kind of want to come.
You want to go, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're invited, Isabel. You don't want Isabel there, trust me, love. At a certain point, Izzy usually goes...
Has a little nap.
has a little nap. Yeah. Yeah, she has a little nap. It's the British... it's the British... it's the British way. You know it's a good night when you wake up and you can't remember. You know it's a good night when you wake up and you're still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the English way, especially from the north of England. Because it's cold there, so we need to drink a lot to stay warm. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Keep your sections super clean. You can see how my sections have started to rotate. You can see now I'm going from the edge of the blade to the flat of the blade. And keep the section texture tension nice and tight. And just playing it down. And then always comb with the wide teeth of the comb. Salon haircuts, 45 minutes. You know, it's a 45-minute allotment. That's what we typically keep. And I like to work to time and I like to stay to time. Obviously, when you're filming, you might take a little bit longer. But we're doing everything in real time here. So you can enjoy the journey if you enjoy watching. And you can see how I create this shape completely. So there's the flat of the blade. So I'm not taking any length off, I'm just peeling this hair away. And what that does is it just creates diffusion on the ends so that when I comb it, it melts. So it dissipates and kind of just evenly melts in to the shape. She showed me 2 pictures where the bobs were clean and sharp, and 1 picture where the bob was kind of textured. We're going to kind of put in a strong shape, and then we'll see what texture needs to be done. But it already has texture because it has like these short lengths within it. I colored Laura's hair. I did a little bit of an experiment with my team. We did some training with our L'Oreal partner. And I got to do my first, not my first bleach and tone, but I got to do a bleach and tone, which was a lot of fun. I'm also part of the Cut and Style Trophy competition, which L'Oreal do. And I'm one of the finalists for hair color, so that's pretty interesting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Again, so that's new. If you'd have asked me would I be entering a color competition, in January of this year, I said, you don't have a laugh, you're having a word. But the reality is, while we're in this moment of change, I think it's very good to take on some new things. And I did that because I wanted to kind of understand and learn the L'Oreal color palette. And I also wanted to be there to support my team. So we've kind of cut the entire back. If I spin around slowly, and you can see, let's see if we can get that nice camera. That's number 2, is it, Cal? Yeah. That's a great shot. So you can see you've got this cleanness, no scissors used yet. You've got this cleanness right here. And you can see as we shake that hair around, she gets that texture. Now it's time for us to go into the sides. So we're seeing as we're here, we're going to stay on this side. So I can't stress enough the power of hair product. Because, when I first started working at Vidal Sassoon, it was like a hate relationship with product. Because, if you couldn't do it with a haircut, the teachers, they were very unhappy because it was all about the purity of the cut. It wasn't until I came to America that I truly understood the power of hair product. And that was when I came to work for Bumble here in New York. They sponsored me, brought me over. And because fashion is such an important part of what we do, and it's our inspiration, when you're working on set, you can't go and cut hair. Very few hairdressers get the chance to cut hair on set. Just let me dial you back in. You'll see how I've split the hair right here over the top of the ear. I'm going to comb this back. The hair's kind of a little weaker around here. So I just want to make sure I get that precision. The reason I did that is now I've got the line to follow through. So when I started working at Bumble, I started to realize that, product is just as important as cutting. Yeah, color's just as important, you know, so it's like the facet, which is not an addition. I always felt like it was an addition at Sassoon, but then I realized that really it was just as important, because product will change the texture, help the texture, make the hair look better, and Hydro Mist is a perfect product for what I'm doing right now. So now I don't need to separate it. It's hard to see the guideline, but there is a guide there. It's hard to see because of the color, but I can see. And now this is the edge of the blade as I work in. And just, you know, again, it's not a line drawing, it's a sketch. So get the feel and the flow in there. And I'm going to run out of hair in a second, because I know how much hair she has layered. So now it's just, I'm just cleaning this up. That's a combination, slightly edge and slightly flat. You're going to see the entire shape, finished, styled, so you can see for yourself how we do everything. We're going to do it all here on the platform. Time check, guys. 10:20. Okay. So there's one side done. Let's spin around. And we'll do this side. And the good news is you get to see it now, don't you? It's got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Eh?
The models can always see.
The model can always see. Which can be good and it can be bad. Yeah. Sometimes you don't want them to see when you're on a stage.
Yeah.
You're like, it's okay, love, you'll be fine. Push through.
It'll grow.
Okay, so a little Hydro Mist. We take our first clean section right the way through, make it nice and healthy. When you hear me say healthy, it means it's quite a thick section. Here we will just use one of the Arrojo clips. Remember, everything is available on arrojopro.com.
Kelly Stobart says, good morning, Arrojo team. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Kelly. Now, Kelly works in our salon here, and she helps in our school, and she comes in from Chicago. And she works at Paul Rader's salon. She used to have her own salon. She just merged into Paul Rader's salon in Chicago. They are one of our newer ambassadors, which means that they carry our hair care. And Kelly will be back in January, so you'll get to see Kelly on one of these casts, one of these broadcasts in the coming months. And I wish you a Happy New Year.
And David Kingston says, Happy New Year, Nick, the hardest working man in our industry. Wishing you the best in 2021.
There you go, Mr. David Kinningston. How are you, sir?
Kingston, I'm sorry.
What did you call him?
Kingston.
Kingston. You can take the girl out of Manchester, but you cannot take the Manchester out of the girl.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Sorry,
Not a bad thing, Cal. You're absolutely right. Not a bad thing.
David and I go way back to 1980.
I'm just going to have a little, come to the front, just have a little cheater's check, just to have a look.
Oh, cute.
Yes, I think it's kind of sitting in right. Next thing, after I finish through these sides, I'm going to focus on the front. Then we'll focus on the pit. You know, we kind of get the elements together. For me, when I'm doing a haircut or any kind of shape, I get my kind of foundation in and I get it in as quickly as possible. Look at that, just a little bit of planing taken away. Now, can you see that from the top, Cal? Yeah. Let's see, you see this peeled away. And that just collapses the hair. And that's a fun way, but it's quite advanced, and you can really, you know, if you're not proficient or efficient, you can really shatter the hair out. But again, practice makes perfect, and good practice makes perfect. All that's gone. We're all in now. So now it's bang bang to the boogie. Let's do the bangs. And
Nearly
make it
boogie
look...
time.
Sorry?
Nearly boogie time.
Nearly what?
Boogie time.
Boogie time?
Bang, bang to the boogie.
Oh, bang bang to the boogie. Yes. It's nearly boogie time. With a G. All right, so let's take it from the top of the head. Let's go wide. Let's make this a little stronger. She can handle it. She's very pretty, so she can handle if we put in something a little stronger. She's also creative. So, you know, it's kind of classic, this shape. It's very commercial, but in the same token, it's you got to make it look so that it's edgier. So that's the trick. The razor helps with that. Tuck that behind. So I've taken a nice triangular shape. I think you might be able to see from above. There it is. I'm going to widen it out just a little. I want to get on the sides right here so I can kind of expose like more through here. The hairline here sometimes can be a little bit of a, you know, see that little bit there? Can be a little bit of a pain in the neck because it just doesn't do anything. And if you cut it, it's going to be weird. So sometimes this is what I like to do. I like to just take it away. So just take that out. And you can see now that's disappeared. And it's just like it, that's how her hairline is. Let's have a little look-see on this side. Same thing, just a little right here. You know, I don't even tell my clients when I'm doing it, I just do it. The reason being is, who's in control? You're in control. You as the stylist, you just have to look confident and go for it. Yeah, so the client don't even notice, but that just makes it just that little bit cleaner right there. Now with the hair damp, I'm going to put the bang in, or the front in. I'm going to put it above the eyebrow. Just the hair dries quite quickly in here because of the cameras and the lights and Isabel's heavy breathing. Or is it my heavy breathing? I'm not sure. So we'll take a section here. We're going to work from the inside out. I'm going to comb this straight down. I'm going to start with the back. And if you hear me talk about edge, this is edge work. That's edge work. So I'm getting a clean edge throughout. And notice how I use the back of the blade. I'm lightly resting on the cheekbone so that I'm steady. And I'm not trying to force this into anything. I'm just allowing it to do its ting. Fine teeth of the comb. See that blade moving. Nice short little piston motion. Notice how my wrist doesn't move. It's all in the fingers. Now I've noticed there's a few new razor tools out there with guards and so forth and so on. Yeah, they're kind of similar, but not the same. My feeling is, you know, everyone's free to do their thing. I think you get so much from a straight edge blade. You get so much more flexibility. But yes, it is a straight edge blade, so it can cut quite aggressively if you don't really master it. But it's easy to master once you take a class. How did you find picking up, you came from Vidal Sassoon, is that right, Isabel?
I did, yeah.
Artistic director. What would somebody say when you was at Sassoon's? What would somebody say with you if they, you know, razor cutting hair?
They just have a very, like, bad stigma about it.
What would you say? Oh, when someone said, why don't you use a razor?
You'd be like, there's no hair left. But my thoughts have changed incredibly.
But what was the angle? Why was Sassoon's not allowed to use a razor? Did you ever ask the question?
They just didn't want to disrupt what the hair would naturally do, I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they just, it was, and they didn't even use round brushes. So it was like, it was all about how the hair would naturally fall and cut it so that it falls that way for the client also, I guess. But,
that was the religion, yeah? That was like the part of the religion. But you know what? When I used to drink that religion, or Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And I started to think, well, if you're bleaching hair,
yeah,
putting hair under so much extreme pressure to go from dark to light, why can you not use a
razor,
brown brush or a razor?
I agree.
You know, I think that obviously not to Sassoon's changed the world of hairdressing, precision-based haircutting, but we're witnessing the massive shift in our industry right now.
Yeah.
The Sassoon Academy in Santa Monica just closed down. Iconic for American hairdressing. I know that they're transitioning into the Beverly Hills to do classes there, but it was a cosmetology school and you can't do Cosmo in a hair salon. So I don't know what that means for the future of Sassoon, but it sure is a change game.
Definitely.
And they've trained so many. And we're talking about a legacy from the 60s. Well, 2021 is a different world.
Yeah.
I always said when we hit 2020, it's so futuristic sounding. And, the world changed. Now we're all wearing masks and visors and all kinds of shenanigans. So it is definitely changed. And now everywhere you go, everyone's masked up, so it's like weird. One day we'll get back to being crazy again, raucous.
Yeah, I mean, we can't
Yeah.
see those things like bone structure.
You know what's going to happen, don't you? We had a pandemic once before, didn't we? When was that?
What, 1918?
19, yeah. And then what came back to the 1919?
The Roaring 20s.
The Roaring 20s. And what was that all about? La-di-da-di.
Champagne
We like to party. So that's why I'm on the treadmill trying to lose some of this, pandemic girth. I'm going to get my skin-tight pants on again. Just you wait and see. I'll have my shirt. I'm gonna get extra buttons so I can open them. Yeah, I just got to get rid of the boobs. Turn them into muscle, baby.
Just let it all hang out.
I'll let it all. I'm going to get, make sure I want a chain. Yeah, with a big,
Did you know that's what I got you for Christmas?
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know that little thing? We'll get the Raiders of the Lost
Big
Ark.
gold egg.
A big gold thing there.
Yeah, baby.
It's coming on. We got to make up for the conformity of 2020.
Absolutely.
All right.
We have some hellos if you want me to do a little
Yeah.
shout out. Deborah Dowling says, thank you, Nick, you're the best. Karen Gordon, wishing all of my Rojo friends a happy 2021.
Wishing you a happy 2021, Mrs. Gordon, or Miss Gordon.
Katie Baden, love the bangs.
Thanks,
and
Katie.
David Kinnigson is paradigm shifts happen every so often. There we go.
There we go. Paradigm shift's going to happen later at my
Paradigm.
house
I
when
can't
Isabel
read.
starts bringing in the holiday cheer.
Yay.
And then we're into 2021.
I can't believe it.
And you know what's going to happen in 2021? Same stuff.
Same stuff, different year.
Same stuff, different year, different flavor. Did you know there's no flu this year? Disappeared.
Really?
The flu disappeared.
It's crazy.
You know that? Where did it go? Change names. In disguise. Yeah. All right, so before I blow dry, I'm just putting in a little bit of tipping. So the tipping is just the tip of the blade going into the hair. And this is just adding a little bit more texture into the shape. At this stage of the game, it's when you start to think about product. So the first thing when you think about product is you think about, well, what do you want? What do you want to achieve? So here we want to achieve shine. We want to achieve smoothness. We also want to have some heat protection because we may even use the iron to kind of make it more polished. So I think there's one product that fits all of that. Let me see if my friend Isabel can guess what product it is.
Shine, heat protection.
Shine, heat protection.
I know.
She says she knows.
Shine Lux Oil.
Close,
Close?
but no cigar.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shine Lux Oil's good. It does have all of those attributes, but I can tell that by looking at what Isabel's doing right now in that cart, she's it's like that old game, isn't it? What was it? Say warm, cold, hot, you know? Go, yeah, cool, very cool, very cool. No, keep looking. No, cool, 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 super cool, cold, freezing. Freezing, freezing. No, more freezing. Hot, warm. No, cold, no, warmer, warmer, warmer. Oh,
Cream
God.
whip.
Can you help me? Healing oil.
Healing oil.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
little late to the game.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
I wanted
Don't
to
be.
see the game. Missed it.
Don't be sorry. All right, so healing oil, the nice thing I like about healing oil is this black can here. Yeah? I like it because it's a black can, and I dropped it.
Still
It's
black.
a slippery one.
Slippery one. This is a glossing spray, speeds up the blow dry, adds shine, and adds protection. It's not going to add thickness because she's got nice thick full hair anyway. Brilliant product. It's also good when you're on the beach, but not that we're going on the beach anytime soon. There you go. So I've sprayed liberal amounts of that, and let's get my blow dryer. And let's start the power dry.
Cute.
So this is our Arosio Gamma Plus hair dryer. Been very successful. And I'm just allowing that. Now the nice thing is it's got a little button on it, and this little button is the ionic button. I'm going to press it so that it helps to flatten and compress the hair. We'll try not to blow your little ghost mask off.
Someone was just asking about the masks, actually.
Yeah, so what's the name of that mask?
The ghost mask.
Ghost mask.
Woo!
Yeah, you can get them online, ghost masks, and they're really great. Especially for presentations and demonstrations. You know, and you're always going to get someone, well, it doesn't protect enough, and you're right. It's not something that I'd necessarily be giving my clients in a salon filled with, well, I don't know about filled with clients because we're on such a different schedule now. But the ghost mask is a great option for when we're here. You can see I'm completely wrapped up. I've got my visor, my wraparound shades, and I've got my mask on. So we're keeping Laura safe, but we can see who she is. So right now I'm going to take my flat brush, I'm going to lift the hair, I'm going to follow it. See like that? Follow that down, and just get that. You don't want it to be bubbly, you want it to be flat. So when I say bubbly, that doesn't mean champagne. It means you don't want it to be like a round bubble. If I use a round brush, I'm going to end up with more of a bubble-esque shape because it'll be rounder. But it just rounds down. The great thing about this blow dryer is it's really super light. Lighter than an iPhone, less than a pound.
There's a lot of love on here for the dryer today.
Sorry?
There's a lot of love for the dryer today on here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. The blow dryer's worked out fabulous for the brand. Because, we like to have tools. We've got some new things coming out in 2021. We have a tool bag and we have a tool roll. So we've got two really great tools that are being shipped in the first couple of weeks of January. So stay tuned to what we have. We're constantly developing new tools and ideas. And we're going to be very assertive in our development of our products, salons, our ambassador program. I think there's a great opportunity as an independent business owner. I think people can see, the commitment that I have for my industry, my community. And we have found some great partners. If you are interested in an Arosio product, get connected, not just to an organization, get connected to people. I don't always use the tagline by hairdressers for hairdressers. Yeah, well, the Roche's been around for a long time, and it's 100% owned by myself, so it's my neck is on the line, my risk, my reward, and obviously we have great people around us. We're really based on education. We're a product company, a manufacturer with a robust educational platform. And as the world turns and changes, we'll see how that evolves. But we do have found some amazing salon partners. So you're just pushing this hair around. Use your hands, combination of hand and brush. And just allow the hair to live a little. You're always looking at your cut. You're looking at your cut while you style. With the hair being so light, keeps a lot of moisture in. And this is not going to be finished until it's finished. So just because you're blow drying doesn't mean it's finished. We're beginning, and we're going to get the iron turned on too. Please, Isabel. We're going to give it a little bit more polish. Yeah, a little bit more polish I think will be really good. Head over just a little, Laura. The nape's the really important part. I'm going to spin around so you can see the nape. Right in here, where the hair wiggles. Maybe camera 1 might be a really great camera. Just wiggles right in here. See that little beveling underneath? So get in with your brush. The blow dry, the finish is just as important as the cut. Straighten that out. I love these cuts for blow drying. Amazing, you know, less than $20 you've got these filling clips, and it's an important tool for your craft. Obviously there's always lots of stuff to choose from. Everything that we sell is vetted by me and the team, and if we don't like it, if it doesn't pass the smell test, it doesn't get done. And if it passes the smell test and then doesn't perform as well as we'd hoped, we change it. That's what happens. I'm not just looking for performance, I'm looking for accessibility, affordability. Yeah, I'm looking for value. These are key moments or key values that I look for when it comes to developing products and tools. So the nice thing is having the healing oil in the hair is protecting the hair. So now we're going to go with the iron, we'll smooth it out, and then we're going to do some little scissor work, and I'll do a little time check.
10:42.
10:04, we're doing great. I'm ahead of the curve. So let's come through and quickly just polish the hair. A quick polish right the way through. I got my iron at 370. That's kind of like my preferred temperature. I don't want to get over 400. And I keep the iron moving quickly. And you can just bevel the ends. Just give them a little bang bang to the boogie, a little bevel that in. So you know, and then we're gonna get in there with a scissor. I'll refine it. I can texture with a scissor because of my history. I know all about scissor haircutting. Classic haircutting with a scissor. It's the foundation. And that's what we do. And it's how we train our staff too. We're really big on the education. Isabel every Tuesday's in Brooklyn in our Soho location, teaching our young new talent.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. And we've changed the way in which we do business. We don't have what we call apprentices anymore. We call them new talent. And even in the first week, We encourage them, we give them a day to take clients, even if they're straight out of school. You know why? They took clients in school. So why stop them from taking clients while they're out of school? It doesn't seem sense to me. So that was one of the big changes that's happened for us, which we were doing anyway. But the pandemic's really helped us to just kind of push further on. You know, you can't control the world, but what you can do is you can control how you do business in the world. You control what you're in control of. Yeah, your ideas, your thoughts, how you can navigate with the cards that you've been dealt with. Yeah, nobody knew the pandemic was coming. It's been devastating. But now we got to pick up the pieces and we got to move through it. And that's what we have to do. And you have to think about your actions, cause and effect. Critical thing. See how it's looking a lot nicer once you just polish it up just a little. But you need to blow dry it too to get it to look great. Isabel, I will be using some of our refinish texture spray. Please get the dry conditioner also. So our refinished dry texture spray is great for adding that little pieciness into the hair.
I really like to combine the two as well. It's so nice.
It's a nice combination,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You've been referred to as the Batman of the hair world on here.
Wow.
From Chris Cato, you are my hair hero like Batman.
Oh, I like that.
Amazing tools saving our hair world.
Yeah, this was my bat mask. You got that, Carl? You see my bat mask? Hang on, he's working right behind me. right behind me. Is that, well, I don't know if it's me, because I usually wear a different color lip. Yeah? Are we close? Yeah, I'm ready.
A little higher.
Where is it? There it is.
There she is.
Batman. Yep. So hey, you've seen me as Batman and you've seen me as the vampire. Thank you for that nice comment.
April Bailey said, "What do you think about the hot drying brush?"
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think the hot brush was very popular in my house with my mother.
Yes.
And, it was something that disappeared because, what was old is new. I'm really into rollers too.
Yeah, I love rollers.
I think rollers are going to be a big thing for us. But yeah, I'm into the hot brush. Anything that's hot. Sounds good to me. You can see as it changes the texture. And the nice thing is with the healing oil, it really adds moisture and gives the hair like that really nice flat texture. Because she's still got to grow some of the layers out. So the layers are still, especially in here, this area, it's a little short, just around this kind of crown area. But let's just come through the back and then it's scissor and finish. And we'll be taking some pics and we'll be posting them. And it's great to be here on the last day of the best year ever. 2020.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Lois Kinsey.
The best is yet to come. So use your comb, keep your iron moving at all times, and then just comb it and have a look. If it sits in nice and flat. Erica did a fabulous job. It's great. We've been building the team, rebuilding the team. The pandemic caused quite a fallout from the salon staff. I think when you're closed for 3.5 months, and you go through like this this life-changing pandemic, everything changes. So my salon suffered a massive change in personnel. And we still got Isabel, although I encouraged her many times, but we She still have Isabel doing great work. And we've rebuilt the team and we're
Yeah.
constantly looking to build it. So if anyone's interested,
We've got a great team as well.
you know where we are. Yeah, we've got a really great team, and it's a young team, and
Yeah.
it's fresh, and you know, this is part of the journey, guys. Again, you just got to kind of go with the punches. You've no choice. You got to move. Sorry, Carl, I moved fast for you there. I blew you. I'm so sorry. I was like not thinking.
I was looking at it. All 4 cameras went like.
All 4 cameras went blank. Yeah.
I was caught out.
I'm sorry, Carl.
I was all good.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
No, you wasn't. It was just I would move fast. I didn't do the professional forewarning. Let me turn her slowly around. Yeah, if I turn her slowly around, we'll wake up Carl. Yeah, she has a light bend to her hair, and of course, when you lift it with lightener, that can enhance that bend. And you know, so a little bit of polishing, just make her look glamorous for her champagne tonight. Yeah, because tonight's the night. It's the goodbye 2020. Hello Corona 21. Hello COVID 21. We're still on COVID-19, but we're going to be in 21. Isn't that interesting? Because the name of the thing is from the year.
2019, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Mark Rodriguez says, hi, Nick.
Mark.
Yeah.
Hey Mark, how are you, buddy? Thanks for saying hello and checking us out today. So don't forget, as we turn the corner into 2021, you're going to see a lot of new stuff happening. Especially watch out for our Happy Mondays, which is going to change. Our first Happy Mondays is all hair. We have 4 great guests. Isabel's one of them.
Yay.
But then as we move into the year, myself, Carl, my team, we're working on some new concepts and new ideas for us to build the business. What'd you say, Carl? You like it?
I think everybody likes it.
Yeah.
I think.
Good.
Wow.
So just a little bit more here, then I'm going to pick the blow dryer up, then I'll pick the scissor up, then I'll pick the blow dryer up, then I'll pick the scissor up, and then I'm going to call it a day. And I'll pass Isabel back the great iron, by the way.
Fabulous
We're working
iron.
on our iron. We're working on a new iron.
Oh, exciting.
But if anyone's looking for an iron, we sell the Isotech iron. This is a cold hair. I'm now blasting it with cold air. And then I'm going to pick up my little BMAC 5.0s.
So cute.
Let's comb it down and have a look at the old bang bang to the boogie. Nice, so let's just comb that. Let's take that section one more time. Remember, it's going to have its own personality. Let's just nibble in a little bit. So I want this hair to move. I don't want it to be static. I'm looking for areas that maybe could be enhanced. But you know, I've still got to be cautious of allowing some of these layers to grow out. So just a little, notice how I rest, just move my thumb doesn't go in the blade, just refine. Looking pretty good, color looks great. She did a great job with the color. So Erica's been a great addition to our team. We've got Erica, we have Scott, we have a number of great new talent. So again,
New talent's amazing.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's always great to work with new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like-minded people. People who want to be successful. So the journey continues. I don't want to cut it too short, but I want to cut it just so it just sits above the eyebrow. And now we're just going to lift it up. right the way through. And a little bit of the refinish. What did they say? Bob's your uncle?
Bob's your uncle.
And what's the next part to that? Is there another saying? Huh?
Want me to say it?
What is it? No, you better not. It sounds like, doesn't sound good.
I mean, it's kind of rude in the UK.
Okay, so don't say it. All right, don't say it. We've
Here
got people
it's-
watching from England. They
here
know
it's
what we're
not.
talking about. Bob's your uncle and Cal's your auntie. Is that right?
And Cal,
Yeah.
Cal's your aunt.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle, Cal's your auntie.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, my kids are really getting good at English sayings, you know.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, but they think they're Australian. They think that they're English, but they're really doing Australian accents. Especially Nico. So, all right, mate, all right, good day, mate, all right.
And then they say to me now, you having a laugh?
You having a laugh? Have a laugh.
Which I love. Isabel, you want some sparkling water?
Yeah, exactly. Every time at Starbucks I get into trouble asking for sparkling water. They say, what? I say, sparkling water? They say, what's that?
Yeah.
I say, oh, sorry. It's what I wanted.
Soda.
Water.
Water.
All right, just one final. Let's just look at the hairline. Chin down just a drop. Let's just look at the hairline. Let's just chip in. Just a little chipping. Chippy. What's the chips? You remember the chippy?
The chipmunk.
What do we call that?
Oh, the chippy.
The chippy.
Oh, I remember.
Do you know what the chippy is, Laura? I don't. Isabel, what's the chippy?
The chippy is a home for fish and chips.
That's right. It's a home for fish and chips. Let's go to the chippy. This is what happened. In America, you go and get pizza as an assistant, but in England, you go and get chippy.
Yeah.
Go to the chippy.
Chippy
Get some
tea.
chips.
Chippy tea, yeah.
Chips. I want some fish. I want some chips, please. Because you couldn't. If you was poor, as we were,
You get them for $1.80.
you couldn't even afford the fish. Chips, and you know, if you was lucky, you'd get the scraps.
Oh, I love the
Remember the scraps? What are the scraps?
The scraps were the best. They were like little trimmings of chips that have gone really crispy.
And the batter from the fish.
Oh, yes.
The batter from the fish that had fallen off the fish.
Oh,
So
it's
basically,
good.
it was all the rubbish.
I wouldn't pay
But you know, we love that stuff.
Love
Me and
it.
Isabel.
We love
That's
it.
why we got our girlish figures. As we liked the chippy.
Our little muffins.
I love muffins. I love muffins so much, I got one. Yeah. Oh, chippy.
Chippy tea.
Chippy.
I just have some final shout outs for you.
Yeah?
Donna DeLapo says good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Donna.
Ro Martez says good day, my friend. Wishing you the very best for 2021.
Nice.
Lois Kinsey, the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. Was that Frank Sinatra?
I think so.
You
Was it?
made
Yeah.
Sinatra just now.
I just give it a little Sinatra.
You did.
The best is yet to come. Just you see, Laura, she's going to be doing like a
Yeah.
cowbell. Drink, say to that song, drink, sipping champagne with the bob sashaying, channeling Uma Paluma Blanca. No, Uma Thurman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, Michelle Harper says, love you, Nick, you're amazing.
Oh, thanks, Michelle. I think I'll be able to get out of here. My head will be too big.
I know. Remember Frank from the expo? From the Inspired event, sorry.
Frank.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was great.
Frank Sidebottom. Who's Frank Sidebottom?
I don't
Remember
know.
that name, Frank Sidebottom? I think he was a comedian.
Oh, is he?
Frank Sidebottom. Ooh, Frankie. So you'll see the texture now. You can really
Great.
create like this lot of pieciness. I think we're done. So just final. We'll take the cape off. We'll blast it. I'll put a little bit of refinish in it, and then Bob's your uncle and
Cal's your aunt.
and Cal's your auntie. Cal's like, what the hell is going on? It's like, I'm no one's auntie.
I love it.
Your boys are speaking Aussie, and you're growing hair just like them.
I know. Okay, look, I've got some. I'm colouring it. I'm going to colour my hair.
Exciting.
Exciting.
I cut it for you as well.
Pink.
Some copper
I'm
light.
going to colour the years away and make my hair pink. Do you think I'm going to like one of those New York freaks, yeah? Then they'll not know that I'm 100, they'll just think I'm a freak, which works well. So let's get the blow dryer. Yeah, once my muffin top's gone, I'm going to get my hair pink.
Nice.
Yeah. Carl's clapping. Anti-Carl's clapping.
Anti-Carl.
Oh, bloody Nora. Little nice little, razor choppy bob. Worked out good. And we'll just finish it with a little refinish. Is Erica still here?
She's not, no.
Did she rock and roll?
Yeah.
Oh, she did? Yeah.
She had a client, I think, in Soho.
That's what happens. So Soho. Alright, so this is our refinish dry texture spray. The nice thing is, you see, it just gives the hair that kind of, it holds, but gives it a little bit more grit. Doesn't dull the hair down. Doubles up as a dry shampoo. Pulse it and put it in. Builds up the bulk in the hair. My first lightning?
Yeah.
Nice. You'll take some pictures, eh?
I will, yeah.
Izzy, you're good at that, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're good at taking the pictures. Right in here too. And then right underneath the armpit. Right there. Right there, yeah, as you go. This is our hairdresser's hair.
Very fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh for the day.
Fresh. Every day. Fresh every day. So she's got kind of what she wanted, as best as possible. She's got exactly what she wanted. And now we can let these layers kind of grow. You can see as well, changes the look, even if you tuck it.
Yeah.
Like a different look and a different feel. And then we'll just loosen that out one more time. No need for any tools now, just your hands, just to help this shape get the right way.